The entire state under a winter weather advisory here for the overnight hours into the early morning on Saturday because of that icing risk.
Welcome back to the channel. Brandon in Iowa here, and it's chilly out here. It's like 23, 26 something, I don't know. Feels like 9 degrees. You can probably hear the wind blowing through the camera, and there's just a little bit of snow on the ground right now. But I figured I would make this video because we have an incoming ice storm.
The entire state under a winter weather advisory here for the overnight hours into the early morning on Saturday because of that icing risk.
It's supposed to start here in the next couple hours, go through the overnight, and I think the worst of it's going to be in the morning. And it's really the ice combined with the wind that's going to make it the worst. But I figured I'd document some of it and just make a video out of it. I've got some errands to run. I've got the truck behind me, four-wheel drive, which we know on ice is only so good, but should get us to where we need to go. And again, just figured I'd document some of the travels, how well I can get around, and hopefully we don't get too many down tree limbs. I've got, I don't know if I can get them in the shot here, but some relatively mature trees hanging over the garage and over the house. None of them which are technically mine, I believe, but hopefully all the limbs stay where they are and nothing too terrible happens in that regard. But anyways, follow along and we'll see how we fare through this ice storm. Nah, we don't need that quite yet. It's only a little after 4 and no precipitation has moved in yet. Just got to run my daughter to work, but when we go to pick her up, things might be a little bit different. We'll see. I don't know how well the camera will pick it up here, but it does look like they've treated the streets. So I think we should be in pretty good shape most of the night, but we'll find out a little bit later. Well, it's about 8 o'clock and our storm to be hasn't quite come yet. Time to go pick up the daughter from work, and I don't know, that might be all I film for tonight. We'll see how things look tomorrow morning. Well, it's almost 7 a.m. and as promised, I don't want to let go of this door, but the freezing rain has arrived and it is ultra slick out here. The back step here is so icy, I don't even want to let the dogs out right now because I'm afraid of how they're going to slip right off the step. I don't even know how I'm going to get off the step. Because what I thought I might do is see how slick it is even in the grass, because there is a decent coating of ice down here. So very gingerly I did make it off the back step and into the grass, which you can just hear the crunching through the ice. The driveway is on or the back patio here is on a little bit of a slant, so it's almost a challenge to try to get back up to the step and on the step. So as far as testing the roads goes, I don't even know about how that's going to work. As I'm skating my way to the edge of the driveway. And I know this camera sucks in low light, but the driveway definitely goes down a slope. And I would literally just slide down that thing. My only option for somewhat getting down is probably taking the grass. I do want to go out, try to get out in the street and check it out, but we might have to wait till there's more light for that. Now that we've got some more light out here, you can see how everything is absolutely just coated. And I don't know if you can see on camera the slope to the drive or the approach down there. If I get out, I might get back up. It's tough just to stand here and do this. I think the additional factor that makes the ice extra slippery right now is you have the liquid falling from the sky, hitting the surface of the ground and freezing on contact. But just before it freezes, I think there's still a little layer of water right over the ice. So that makes it just extra slippery. I don't know, science guy, not really, but that's my theory. Turn on the heated mirrors. I don't know if you can see on the windshield, but it is still misting a little bit. And truck says we're up to 30 degrees now. This should be interesting. We're definitely going to push that button now. And just to maintain some level of control, we are taking the yard. We got no traffic coming either way. Trying not to take out the mailbox in the process. We are slipping even in the grass, but we have successfully slid down the drive. And I did see a plow truck go by a little bit earlier. Forgive the windshield wiper noise because those definitely squeak right now. But I did see a plow truck go by earlier applying sand or salt. We're just going to take it nice and slow and easy and see how we do here. I would think with the hill here they would have treated this pretty well. Side roads, I think, that are probably the worst right now. The road definitely just sounds wet. We didn't lose any traction climbing that hill, so that's good. And no problem getting going from a stop there on that slight little incline. So I decided to go ahead and we'll try a little venture out of town on an errand that I had planned anyway. So we'll see how this goes. See how I think the roads look pretty decent, mostly just wet. But yeah, kind of see how it goes. Flashing lights right at the exit. Looks to be like the only traffic incident we've seen. Can't really tell what it is. I got a car loaded up on the flatbed. Well, I think this is gonna about do it for our ice storm video. As you can see, it is still residential properties like this are still just coated with the ice. My garden hose here was stuck to the concrete. I'm trying to see if you can get an idea of how thick that is down to the concrete. Not really, but it's thick enough to be very, very slippery. And the truck is going to have to stay parked in the street until the driveway thaws, which the temperature is warming. I think by tomorrow at some point we should be able to pull back into the drive pretty easily. And the roads were good for the most part, as you kind of saw. So not a whole lot of drama out of this storm. No tree branches down or anything like that, which is ultimately a good thing. But yeah, just thought it'd be something to capture on video, and kind of glad I did still as I'm sliding backwards here. But until the next one.